A very good morning to Nigerians. Good morning to you, Lagosians. It's Nigeria's urban lifestyle station, High Impact 102.1 FM, and the sound that you're hearing currently on radio means it's time for newspaper review. My name is EYENI Krumale once again. One of the topmost stories on the front pages of newspapers had to do with what's currently going on in Lekki, and the Nigerian chef Hilda Basi, hits 85-hour mark in a record-breaking attempt to be the individual who was cooking to beat someone else who had been the record holder. And if she continues this way till 5 p.m. today, she'll be the record breaker. She's been receiving massive support from Lagosians, from Nigerians all across the world. And I recall vividly that the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was there yesterday, including celebrities, comedians, musicians, actors and actresses were equally there. The nation news, social media was a buzz yesterday. Hilda Basi doing a thing there. Of course, lots of people said they would have, gone over there to have a taste of the food. But that's just one of the topmost of the newspapers. Stories making the rounds on front page of the newspapers this morning. It's a wet Monday morning. It is raining. Would they say it's cats and dogs? We have to weather the storm, and we are here in the studio bringing you stories on the front pages of newspaper. Sheun Kuti is in the news this morning, and he has been invited by the Commissioner of Police, being instructed by the Inspector General of Police, because he boasts that he had slapped many police officers. And if you watch the video when he boasted that he had slapped many police officers, maybe he did that boasting recently, but the clips that we saw are taking place some time ago, and that in itself is generating lots of reactions on front pages, not just in the newspapers but also on social media, where most people take discussions like this too, when we talk about things that makes the round and requires reactions from Nigerians. It's the newspaper review. Once again, my name is EYENI Krumale. Let's briefly go on a break, and when we return, we shall be jumping into stories making the rounds on the front pages of the newspapers: the Punch newspaper, the Guardian newspaper, the Daily Trust newspaper, and the Vanguard newspaper. Do stay with us.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information, call 0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931. Follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Do you know bad production can kill a great content idea?
Do you want to have a photo shoot, audio production, or do you need a professional voiceover artist?
Do you simply want unmatched cinematography, video production, or just event coverage, such as weddings, birthdays, or burials?
Or do you need a space for meetings or conferences? All these are possible with High Impact Studios. Don't bring down your creativity, let's help you take it high.
And out of this world with our state-of-the-art equipment and first-class studio space.
We give you the quality you deserve at the best rate.
For more details, call 0706 393 5694 or 0915 958 1881. High Impact Studios, the future.
Join us Mondays to Fridays at 7:05 a.m. to 8 a.m. for freshly baked stories on the newspaper review at High Impact 102.1 FM. Follow us on social media at High Impact 102.1 FM or call 0700 1021 1021. You can also send WhatsApp messages to 0907 224 5018. High Impact 102.1 FM, your urban lifestyle station.
Welcome back, Lagos. We are opening the phone lines right now as we go into the stories making the rounds on front page of the newspaper. The number to call is 0700 1021 1021, and that is 0700 1021 1021. You can equally send WhatsApp messages to 0907 224 5018, 0907 224 5018. The phone lines are open now until 7:30, where we will be speaking with our guest on the program. Then, towards the end of the program, we'll open the phone lines again for Lagos to continue their contribution. And now off we go to stories making the round on front page of the Punch newspaper. On the Punch newspaper, the central caption says, states paying governors jumbo pension owe 3 trillion naira debt. States paying governors jumbo pensions owe 3 trillion naira debt. The writer says TUC wants governors to pay workers arrears. Experts flee jumbo packages. That's the central caption of the story. Moving on to other stories at the topmost section of the Punch newspaper. 86 senators will support me, says Akpabio. Akpabio has been nominated by the All Progressives Congress and tipped to become the next president of the Senate. Moving on, operators demand tough sanctions as Nigeria loses 313 billion naira to oil thieves. Operators demand tough sanctions as Nigeria loses 313 billion naira to oil thieves. Why I rejected request to visit Tinubu. That's coming from Bode George. The story is on page 14 of the Punch newspaper. And to other stories on the front line, front page rather. Speaker Abbas Betara split opposition camp. Speaker Abbas Betara split opposition camp. It's on page 17. Nigeria imports 27 trillion naira sugar as government master plan stalls. Nigeria imports 27 trillion naira sugar as government master plan stalls. It's on page 26 of the Punch newspaper. Buhari's failure to rescue Leah Sharibu disappointing. That's coming from parents. Buhari's failure to rescue Leah Sharibu disappointing. That's coming from the parents. It's on page 14 of the Punch newspaper. Prisoners feeding. State fault federal government. Seek new revenue formula. Prisoners feeding. States fault federal government. Seek new revenue formula. Death shakes Nollywood as 3 actors and technician die in 1 week. That's on page 3 of the Punch newspaper. Sheung Kuti, musician may report to police today, appoints Falana. It's on page 16 of the Punch newspaper. Those are the stories making the rounds on front page of the Punch newspaper. Do remember that you can call into the program 0700 1021 1021. You can send in WhatsApp messages to 0907 224 5018. We are live on Twitter at Impact 1021 FM. We're also live on YouTube at Impact 102.1 FM. Welcome back. Now we go to stories making the rounds in front page of the Guardian newspaper. The central caption says 17 years after Paris Club relief, external debt rises to $41.8 billion. 17 years after Paris Club relief, external debt rises to $41.8 billion. That story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Amid crisis, Akpabio widens consultations, gets backing of 68 senators. That's in contention to the president of the Senate's position being tipped by the All Progressives Congress. Moving on, 2,518 Nigerians evacuated from Sudan, says NIDCOM. 2,518 Nigerians evacuated from Sudan, says NIDCOM. Fuel subsidy. Suspend disbursement of $800 million loan to federal government. SERAP urges World Bank. Fuel subsidy. Suspend disbursement of $800 million loan to federal government. SERAP urges World Bank. SERAP is the Socio-Economic Rights for Accountability Project. Moving on to other stories. I have no grudge against Tinubu. That's coming from George. George insists. I have no grudge against Tinubu. George insists. Despite hike in bill, Lagos filth waste worsens. Despite hike in bill, Lagos filth waste worsens. And that story, it's on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. Talking about the first story I read, and 17 years after Paris Club relief, external debt rises to $41.8 billion. Nigeria's debt burden, what each Nigerian owes. I think the Guardian newspaper did a breakdown of that. It went further to say 368,421 naira. Debt per Nigerian jumped from 17,800 under ex-president Obasanjo to 368,421 under President Muhammadu Buhari. And from 1999 to 2023, they said the debt burden there from Obasanjo, it was $2.1 billion to Umar Musa Yar'Adua, then to Goodluck Jonathan, which has about $7.3 billion, then to President Muhammadu Buhari to $41.8 billion. Well, those are the stories making the rounds on front page of the Guardian newspaper. Lagos, do remember that the number to call is 0700 1021 1021, and that is 0700 1021 1021. You can send in WhatsApp messages to 0907 224 5018, 0907 224 5018. To stories making the rounds in front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. On the Daily Trust newspaper, it says a basket of tomato costs 70,000 naira in the south. Basket of tomato costs 70,000 naira in south. Some writers of that story, the first one says prices triple in Lagos, Federal Capital Territory, Kano, Rivers, Enugu, and others. Housewives resort to paste, dried varieties. Farmers blame pest attacks and production cost. And yes, those are the writers to that particular story making the rounds on front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. APC's zoning threat to National Assembly's independence, aggrieved aspirants and CSOs. APC's zoning threat to National Assembly's independence. That's coming from the aggrieved aspirants and civil society organization. Moving on, 38 killed in fresh Nasarawa attack. 38 killed in fresh Nasarawa attack. Now to other stories making the rounds on front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. Northwest deserves Senate presidency. That's coming from Alhaji Abdulaziz Yari, former governor of Zamfara State, and there's a write-up to that effect. You can pick up a copy. Where you're calling us from, please.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You're live on air.
Yeah. My name is Mr. Godpower.
Okay. Thank you, God's power. Where you're calling us from?
Calling from Lagos, Agege.
Oh, from Agege. Thank you. What's your story?
It's debt that each Nigeria owns.
Okay.
358,000 naira plus.
Yes, for each. That's what each Nigerian will pay. We are owing about $41.8 billion.
I just yes. So this debt now, what did this government use the money to do? All these trillions of naira that they have accumulated. What did they use to do that is going to yield us profit, so that if we are paying, we even know that we know what we are paying for. Because we don't have a refinery, we don't have good roads, we don't have good medical facilities. The president is still going to absorb to protect any small to go to medical. So what are we paying for now? If we are to pay the money, because we are already in poverty.
Hello.
God will help us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, God's power. The latter end of your contribution, I didn't get it very clear, but I think I got what you said earlier on. Thank you very much for your call. The number to call is 0700 1021 1021. That is 0700 1021 1021. You can send in WhatsApp messages to 0907 224 5018. 0907 224 5018. And those are the stories making the rounds on front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. Welcome back. Now we are off to stories making the rounds on front page of the Vanguard newspaper. The lines are open. You can call in to tell us which of the stories caught your attention and you would like to pass one or two comments on. You can send in your WhatsApp messages if you can't get to us through phone call. And the number to send in WhatsApp message is 0907 224 5018, 0907 224 5018. But you can also give it a try by calling 0700 1021 1021. And now to the Vanguard newspaper.